Hi, everyone. Welcome to the May Millennials in Travel meeting for managers and directors. I'm Monica, your Director of Operations. Thanks so much for joining today. I wanted to first kick things off by just going around and I'll just to save us time today, just sort of say everyone's name and what their position is, because we have some new callers, new people joining us today. So first, as I mentioned, I'm Monica, Director of Operations. I also have Caitlin Murphy on. You can just like wave, Caitlin, because it doesn't say your name on your thing. Just so everybody knows, Caitlin is our Director of Communications. We also have Kate Mayer, our Director of Membership. I love the enthusiasm.
Oh no, I think we lost Moni.
Yeah, it's frozen for everyone else.
Is anybody else frozen?
No, I think it's Moni's that's frozen, right?
Mine was frozen as well.
Okay.
For her.
Oh,
All right,
no.
I think I have the agenda.
Okay, I think we're back. I apologize. Everything froze for a moment.
Yeah, no, you're good now.
Yeah, all that excitement and energy is really. Okay, so Star, I was introducing Star, who is our new operations manager. Star is based in Los Angeles. I was saying I don't know how to pronounce your last name. Star, is it Lassam?
Lassam, to be honest, I don't really know either.
That's okay.
I've heard it different ways from my dad too, so I don't really know.
Okay, well, you'll be like Star, just like you know Mariah, Janet, it's like one named artist.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Star joined our team as operations manager, and I'm very excited that she'll be helping with some of the internal matters for millennials in travel, which will allow us to, shift focus on growth and development. So we'll get into more of what Star's going to do later. She just joined, so we haven't even started her full training yet. But thanks for being here, Star. Justin Moxley is our technology manager based out of San Diego. Looks like today he's in Los Angeles, though. So hi, Justin. Caroline Cheng is our Philanthropy and Sustainability Manager, obviously a fun and integral part of the organization, and Caroline is in Los Angeles area as well. And then we have Emma Hart, disguised today as Greg Hart, don't be confused, her name's Emma. She's our social media manager. She also just joined the team in the last month, so very excited to have someone new overseeing our social media. And we have Helen Nguyen, who's based out of Chicago, who has just joined the team as our new events manager. And Helen will be focused on any of our events, primarily non-chapter hosted events. So any events that we do in conjunction with conferences, any pop-up events, and hopefully she'll be an integral part in the planning of our conference, Millennials in Travel Conference for next year. And then also, last but not least, we have Elizabeth on the call. Elizabeth is our manager for industry relations and advocacy, and she's based in the Phoenix, Scottsdale area. I got everyone? We're all good? All right. So now everyone's been introduced, I'm going to jump right into the agenda. First off, starting with events, and today I'm going to speak on behalf of Helen and Star, since they've just joined the team and wouldn't be sure what to share quite yet, but I'll present on their behalf, and then next month they'll take over. So in terms of events, just wanted to share with everyone that we had 2 really successful events in April, one in Los Angeles. I think some of you attended. Yay, I think they had close to 50 attendees. I wasn't there myself, but
yeah, it was packed. There were so many people. It was really fun.
Just like old times.
Yeah, that's what we love to see, getting things back to normal. And then we also had the official launch event in Vancouver, which was a Shangri-La, at the Shangri-La, and in partnership with the Las Vegas Tourism Board. And I think they had about 45 attendees for that launch, which was really great. They captured some amazing images and photos. They had a professional photographer there, so they got some great footage, and it even got picked up by local press, which I sent that all to you. I believe I sent that all to you last week or over the weekend, so you could see that. So that was exciting to have that official launch. So I know both chapters were came away just a little, the chapter leadership teams were, a bit. I got a buzz and excitement for the 2 successful events. So hopefully that will lead to some more. On the subject of chapter events, I'll stick with that here for a moment. Chicago is having an event on May 11th. The RSVPs have been pretty light for that event. I think they're up to 11, but it's capped at only 20 people because it's sort of a specialized focus event. That's like one of those guided painting classes with wine, and then it's hosted by 2 Belmont properties. Thanks, Belmont, for your continued support. It should be a good event, but there is, I think, like 8 or 9 spaces still available. So if you know anyone in Chicago, please put it on their radar. It should be a really fun event. And then we also have a save the date from the Charleston chapter for June 9th. I don't have any more details beyond that. And I know the other chapters are working on a number of events. I also wanted to remind everyone that we're participating in the All-American Roadshow virtual event on May 10th. I'll let Elizabeth talk about that when we get to her later on in the meeting, but make sure that's on your radar in case you'd like to participate. May 10th, All-American Roadshow, and Elizabeth will provide more details about that. I had put on here a potential pop-up in San Francisco, but I just spoke with the person that was going to do that for me, and that's a no-go, so I'm just going to take that off. And that's it for events for right now. We've got a few things in the pipeline already for September and October from our chapters, and I'll be connecting with Helen to see what else we can come up with for the year. On the subject of FAMs, we have a new FAM that just got buttoned up and finalized over the weekend, and I just sent out the invite a couple hours ago. That's also with Belmont to Peru, and I'm telling you, this itinerary is pretty epic. If you didn't receive it, hopefully you received the invite. If you didn't, please let me know, because I want to make sure everyone gets to at least see it and drool over it. It's a pretty awesome journey through Peru. It's coming up really quickly, so we need to kind of push and promote that. And I know that Emma has been kind enough to adjust her social media calendar to allow for that. So that'll be an exciting FAM to Peru with Belmont. We also are finally going to reschedule the FAM to New Zealand. It was originally planned for 2020. It's now been rescheduled tentatively for October 2022. So we have all of the participants that were accepted for the 2020 departure reconfirmed for this one with a couple spaces. So we don't need to do a marketing or a promotional push for that one, but just so you guys know that that's coming up, New Zealand, October of this year. And then Anina is working on a potential FAM with Shangri-La to Vancouver, and then Whistler with the Hotel TBD for that one. And the dates will likely be in mid to late September, but we don't have the specific dates yet. I'm also having conversations with Virgin Voyages, who has offered to give us 50 rooms on a departure of our choice to sail with them. So we might kind of make that a FAM hybrid, like a MIT summit, and try to include all of the leadership team as well. So more details on that hopefully as it comes out, but that's with Virgin Voyages later this year. We also have a potential FAM for Bahamas. I think I need to reconnect to someone on that, possibly Colombia, Golden Rock Resort, Wanderlux, something with Wanderlux. We've had interest from Hawaii, Cancun, and Puerto Vallarta. So we've got a few things in the works, and we'll try to flesh out the rest of the calendar this year. Just to let everybody know that Anina has given her notice to resign from the position of National FAMS Manager, FAMS, Exclusive FAMS Manager, whatever it is. She's going to stay with us through the end of May and make sure that there's a smooth transition, and hopefully we bring someone new on board in the next couple of weeks so she can kind of help with that handover and that transition plan. But if you know anybody that might be interested in joining this amazing team that you see right here to oversee our FAMS program, please let me know. And then that's it for FAMS. Jumping over to operations, again, I'll speak on behalf of Star since it's our first meeting with us today. Actually, there's not really anything to share. Star, you and I are going to connect this week on some of the tasks that I've been emailing and sending your way, and surely Star will have something to share next time. Just a reminder to everyone to please use Asana as much as possible for any projects and any workflow that you're working on. It really does help to keep you organized. I know it's like sometimes takes a little extra effort to get to know a new platform and to use it, but the more you put in, the more it's going to help you and benefit you. And then we can see, from a director level, we can see like the big picture and everything that's going on. So please try to use Asana as much as possible. I'm working on using probably Google Calendar for just a shared out of office or travel calendar, just so that we know when people are completely unavailable or if they're traveling or things are going on. So as soon as I have that figured out, I'll share that with you. And actually, Justin, I might connect with you on that because I'm not very tech savvy. I think something like a shared calendar would be easy enough, but I just want to make sure I'm setting it up correctly. And that is it. Oh, last thing I wanted to touch on is I host a monthly meeting with all of our chapter officers on the second Monday of each month. Some of you have jumped on and joined those from time to time, but I'd love to start including a manager in each of those meetings for like the first 5 minutes only, just to share with all the officers what your role is within Millennials in Travel, what you do and what you're working on, because I think it really helps for the officers to see that, you know, the organization exists outside of their city and that we have a lot of things going on and some really great initiatives in the works. So I kind of, you can see on the agenda, I put together just a quick little idea calendar of like two managers per month, and I'll email that to you, and if you need to swap or move around, that's fine. I don't care. I just kind of randomly assign them, but it'd be really great if you guys don't mind doing that, coming on. Then you can meet the officers too and kind of see who's running each of our city chapter teams. So that's it from me. I'm going to go ahead from here and pass it over to Kate
Monica,
to provide us. Yeah.
sorry, just before you move on from events,
Yes, please.
I just wanted to flag Virtuoso had their webinar today talking about Travel Week and released kind of a loose tentative schedule of overall events. So I don't know if any of you were on that call today, but I have a screenshot of it. I can certainly share. But if we're considering doing, okay. Yeah, if we're considering doing anything, this gives kind of the Virtuoso events that are scheduled.
Okay, do you mind sending it to me, and then I'll connect with Helen and we'll find like the best day and time during the week to try to schedule like our like get together.
Yeah, and they just they did mention that the tentative schedule will be posted this week on the event site for Virtuoso, but they just didn't know when. So I took a screenshot of it. So I'll share that with you.
Yeah, if you don't mind, that'd be great. I know that registration officially opens tomorrow, so I'm sure they'll have it up this week. And then I think I have a call with them, like, because I'm in a different department than you are. You're in hotel and I'm in cruise, so that must be why. So yeah, if you have that schedule already, if you send that, we'll get a jump on kind of putting a save the date on our calendar, and then we could add it to our newsletter and get that kind of on the calendar right away. Thank you, Elizabeth.
Yep.
All right, so over to Kate, please.
Hi, everyone. So just a couple of kind of membership bullet points right now, just so everyone's aware. There are 3,068 people on our membership database, and I think we are just under 40 people who have signed up for new membership as of this month of, or last month, April. So it was like 38, I think, who signed up for membership in April. So just a couple of bullet points, and a lot of that was coming off of the events, so which is really awesome. People like purchasing their event tickets and then adding on membership. So it's really great to hear that the events were successful as well, like in person, but also getting people to sign up for membership. And then both Kim and Amanda couldn't make it today. So just a couple of bullet points and details they wanted me to share with everyone. So for Kim in exclusive benefits, she is working on having 25 benefits up on our website by the end of this year. And we've kind of divided them into 5 different sections, just kind of based on a lot of stuff that the members have said they wanted in that survey and just other things, fun stuff, interesting stuff, trainings, more just details to kind of round out what we're offering. So it's not just like discount codes on mugs or something like that. And then she has been talking with someone at the Travel Institute, which is a big one that us on the director level are really excited about offering. It's kind of a crossover between benefits and professional development. So working on that, something kind of developing a session, trainings, things like that. So they're a little hard to track down at first, but working on that and just reaching out to some other organizations and companies. ASTA is one that she's looking to kind of find a benefit with, also like a clear pass and some of these were suggestions from other directors and managers. So if you guys ever kind of find an idea, I feel like Kim always, mentions this every month, but since we have new people on the board, if you do have an idea for something, please send it to Kim anytime, even if you don't have an actual contact at the company, just like, oh, I think this would be cool. This would be useful for me or someone at my company. She's always looking for other people's viewpoint and suggestions. And her email is just benefits@millennialsandtravel.com. And then Amanda, she sent me a text. So,
Kate,
yeah.
Sorry, before you move on, in regards to ASTA, we've had initial conversations with them as a larger partnership. So if you would just note back to Kim, if she's reached out to them already, I'd love to collaborate with her on that, because certainly we were talking about benefits and what things that we could provide our members in collaboration. So they had a changeover in their president, and I think she just came on, the new president just came on like maybe a month ago. So we are still kind of in initial talks and probably need to re-up with the new president, but would love to work with Kim on it. So if you could just have her reach out, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. Kim let me know that actually one of her friends just got hired at ASTA, so she was going to start there since she has a personal contact, but I'll
amazing.
ask her to loop you in, Elizabeth. I think that would be awesome. And yeah, you guys, for new people, like all this synergy between managers and stuff is just the best way to get things done and you collaborate, and like more heads are better than one. So Elizabeth, I'll definitely, I'll send an email after the meeting to let Kim know that and to just loop you in with future conversations. And then Amanda is also talking at the Travel Institute. So they were kind of going two-pronged because we were having a hard time kind of locking someone down in terms of communication. So I think that Kim and Amanda are gonna combine forces now that they've gotten responses from someone at the Travel Institute. So she said she had a really good chat with Patty last week and is gonna offer a nice discount to our members for Travel Institute trainings. And they're kind of just developing what we will do. Kind of like a study group thing is just where the idea is at right now. Amanda's one question, and she wanted me to bring this up, is whether she should be the one to lead it or if we want like to get a member involved in terms of facilitating it, or have like a member kind of highlight to help. I don't know, just
get involved in what would be required, like in what capacity?
Just like leading the study group, having a point of view, like if we have a travel agent who's just like we think a member that we really is really involved, or someone that we think would give good input. If anyone does have an idea with a member who they would maybe enjoy something like that, maybe we want to segue it to maybe becoming a manager and seeing getting them help out. Just an idea that Amanda threw out to me to see what the rest of you guys thought about that. Otherwise she's happy to lead it or co-lead it. So that's kind of the biggest thing that she's got going on right now.
Yeah, I think we could go either way. I mean, that would be a great opportunity for someone that wants to find a way to kind of get involved in the industry, but not in like fighting off like a leadership position or doing something. Because is it just like a one-time, or sorry, I missed in the beginning when you started.
No,
it's typing notes.
No worries. Yeah. So with this study, I mean, I think initially it would be just like a one-off, but I think there is a possibility for it continuing to be trainings and things like that. And we don't need to lock anyone. And I think Amanda's question is really, she just doesn't know if we would have a member, like who would be a good person. So if anyone does have an ideas on a member who's not currently in leadership that they think might like this opportunity, just to let her know. And her email is jobs@millennialsandtravel.com.
Yeah, and if she has any like even just like 2 to 3 sentence like explanation of what it is and what they're looking for, then we can find if I can easily find someone, I'm sure, that would want to do it.
I'll ask her to get that.
Or she can do it. I mean, it's an opportunity. Like if she wants to, like that's great.
Okay, cool. So yeah, all good.
And our jobs board is like continually being updated. I'm not really involved in any of that back and forth, but I assume that's being taken care of? Yeah.
Yeah, she's
All
working on
updates.
that as well. Yeah, I've asked her, she didn't get it to me today, but next one I'll make sure to kind of update like where we're at and what's, because we did have a really great feedback about someone getting a job through our job board and like a testimonial to put on the website. So I know she was working on that.
Yeah, there's still a good number of jobs on here too. I'm looking at it right now. I don't know if they're all still active, but
I think she did a little bit of a sweep recently with like
Okay.
within the last month. Like I feel like I saw some
it's
notifications.
a hard thing to
of
keep
moving
updated
stuff.
because like unless they
Yeah,
tell
and
us that the position's been filled.
It was
Yeah.
like a week ago I updated the website.
Yeah,
He
Justin's
gave
been
me,
doing it for us.
yeah.
Okay.
So it should be updated based on what I was sent. So everything was taken off that's old, and then the new ones were added.
Fantastic. Cool. Thanks, guys. All right.
Kate.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. So I actually recently sent Caroline, I sent it to you, I think, because it was a sustainability certificate, but it was a program that was run through the Global Tourism Council, I believe. It might be something of interest for Amanda as well if they do other certification programs. So I'll send that to her. But I know that there was one specifically that and Carolyn, maybe you can remember what it was called.
Yeah, I just finished that class and I got my certificate.
Oh, great.
So yeah, I just completed that. I know I was actually thinking about that as like possibly, being like something that we could do for members.
That'd be great.
I really enjoyed it and I thought it was interesting, especially since based on the survey, sustainability was of interest to a lot of members. So I think Caitlin, you posted about it on social media recently too. So
that's the certificate. Oh, fabulous. That is so great. Well, congratulations. And I think that that's super interesting. And maybe something you and Amanda can collaborate on since you've been through it. And maybe, a program that could be great to offer.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, I'll connect with Amanda on that.
Yeah, please send it to her. Again, it's just jobs@Millennials and Travel.
Okay.
That would be awesome.
And then if there's a cost for that, if they're willing to do like a 5% discount or something, then it can kind of cross over into benefits as well. There's going to anytime there's a certification or training program, you've got to cross over with benefits and
that's a good idea because I know through the class I know the person who runs it. I imagine it'd be something she would be interested in, but
and then you can always pull documents from the leadership landing page that talk about what Millennials in Travel is, what our membership base is made up of, and send that to people when asking for something like this, and just tell them we would promote it on our website and social media and in our newsletter. So it's an opportunity for them to get more exposure if they're willing to give us a little discount for our members.
That sounds good. That would have been nice when I did it. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, cool. Thanks for those updates, Kate. I sent you a message in the chat if you can just drop those numbers in for me because I was toggling around over here. All right, so back over to, let's see. Sorry guys, communications. Caitlin, sorry. Thanks.
Yeah, no, for digital content, I think I have a potential person. We're having a little bit of back and forth on getting together to solidify things, but I think this person is going to join. So I'll report back on that. I can't believe it. Our newsletter is already going to go out next week again. I feel like that sneaks up on me. So that's scheduled to go out next Tuesday. So if you guys have anything that you want to go into the newsletter or feel free to add it to the Asana newsletter suggestions board, which I think everybody minus the new people should have access, or if all else fails, just email it to me and I'll add it. But that's going out next week. And then Natalie couldn't join. So I think she is planning on connecting with you, Caroline, to kind of discuss like your initiatives. So that's kind of the primary thing that she's working on at the moment. And then of course, Emma joined us. Like this is her first meeting. She's kind of been thrown into the deep end with social media. And luckily she came to us like already knowing Asana. So I've just been working with her to show her kind of Zoho Social and, the Google Drive and everything that we have, the platforms to kind of help support her Canva, that type of thing. And luckily she also came to us with that knowledge as well. So really just helping her, which really, Emma, you've been so great. You really haven't needed like a ton, of time from me. So you've been really jumping in, and I really appreciate that very much. Because social media is time consuming. And we have a full week this week. We just, as Monica rattled off earlier in the meeting, we have a lot of promotions going on when it comes to events and things coming up, and new leadership joining, which is all very exciting. So Emma, I mean, no pressure, but if you'd like to share some information about social that you've done thus far, or even about yourself, whatever you'd like to share.
Yeah, I'm sorry I keep getting up and down. I have a 6-month-old puppy and a cat, and they're just running around tonight. They're not wanting to settle. But yeah, so far it's been going really well. Just took me a little bit to learn the learning curve of Zoho. I've worked with a couple of different softwares. So this is a new one, but it's super user friendly. So once I got in, it was pretty easy to go. Right now, our stats on everything are looking pretty healthy. With our Facebook, we're actually up 0.2% in our followers. We've got 4 new followers within the last 30 days. Our number of posts is up by 71%. And our reach has expanded to about 2,574 people. So we're up 20% there. So that's looking pretty healthy on Facebook. Our Instagram's also looking pretty good. Our reach is down. So if anybody ever sees a post that they get kind of excited about or interested in, feel free to share that on your stories and tag us, just because that will get us a little more bandwidth. And then also we're a little down on LinkedIn right now. So any shares we can get there would be greatly appreciated. And I'm just gonna try to work on Twitter a little more, just because we're dipping in our followers there. So I need to do a bit more of a push there. So that'll be kind of something I'm focusing on after we get out of this really heavy content week.
Yeah, and one thing too that maybe Emma and or myself can jump on the manager meeting, because some people do it, but I think they too could like jump on board to like share stuff if they want. Of course it's their personal page, but if they're
The
local,
officers?
the officers, sorry,
Oh,
yeah,
got
the
it,
local
yeah.
chapters and stuff. And
Yeah,
then
no,
I know
I'll
it's a
remind them
personal
on our call on
page and
Monday.
it's not like, it's whatever they want to do with their stuff. But to Emma's point about the reach, if they want to repost or reshare, they always can.
It's interesting that the reach jumped on Facebook and then it's down in Instagram, because I feel like last month or the month before it was the opposite. So who knows, what the trends are. That's really great information, Emma. I would love it if you continue to share that each month with us. That's really good. And then also glad to hear about Twitter. I mean, I guess it's a good thing. We, our recent membership survey indicated that nobody's using Twitter, but now with the change in ownership with Twitter, who knows what's going to happen with it. So it's good for us.
Yeah,
to,
it may be
as
interesting.
Elizabeth said, don't delete our account yet. She was
Don't delete it. Don't delete it.
I think it'll be really interesting to see the pivot there soon.
Yeah.
I think with the content that's going to be created for that site, I think it's going to have a total dynamic shift soon. Just with people's orientations and beliefs and things like that, I think is also going to gear things. So it'll just be very interesting to watch and see how that affects us and patterns.
And you were saying with Instagram, so if we see a post from the Millennials in Travel page, we should share it to our story, right? And then tag at Millennials in Travel.
Yes.
Not so much the hashtag doesn't matter, or the hashtag does matter.
Using the at would be ideal.
Okay. So the hashtag's just like extra. Okay.
The hashtags, it's nice fluff, but in a story, it doesn't add as much. The reach is really going to be when we're tagged that somebody can trace back to our page. That's where it's going to give us that bounce in Zoho, so that we can kind of detect that somebody's reacting to us.
Okay. Does anyone have any questions for Emma or for Caitlin on communications?
Hi again.
Hi,
yes. I would just love to see us interact this week on Twitter. It's kind of the perfect time because US Travel Association has such a huge push this week. So using all of their hashtags and really interacting with US Travel Association, I think will really give us some good reach on that platform. I know we tweeted out today, which I retweeted, but just making sure that if we have the opportunity to interact there, I think that would be a really good time to kind of get our feet wet again.
Okay, I'll look for opportunities for us to interact with that a little bit more, just so we can get a little more generation there.
Is that because it's like Travel and Tourism Week or something, Elizabeth?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's National Travel and Tourism Week, and they have an official hashtag. We use the hashtag for today as well. They have specific things on each day, I believe. And I sent over Caitlin the digital assets and kind of the schedule of what they're doing. So Emma, if you have that, great. Otherwise I can send it your way, whatever works. Okay,
I do have it. We are just a little stacked for the rest of the social this week. So I packed a few of them into one post. So if you slide through, you'll see I picked 4 days that I thought kind of the content that they had for the 4 of those days. And I thought that that would be really good to kind of highlight those hashtags. And we can try to look into utilizing them maybe in some of the other posts we're doing this week where they can kind of play off of each other.
Amazing. I will watch for all of that. Thank you so much.
Yes, of course.
Thank you, Emma. Makes me excited. Thank you. Thanks, Emma. You've really jumped right in and really excited. Thank you. All right. So then lastly, we'll jump over to Josh. He couldn't be with us today. He's in Africa at the moment, so the timing isn't ideal, but he'll be back in June. So he'll reconnect with our meeting starting next month. But let's go ahead and start with Caroline, please, for an update on philanthropy and sustainability.
So for philanthropy and sustainability, Josh and I talked about it, and I think for the moment, we're going to prioritize sustainability. And I hate like saying this, but like put philanthropy on like the back burner a little bit, just because, you know, based on our the surveys of the membership, like philanthropy, I think was like the last thing that people were interested in, and sustainability was first. But it also works with these days. Josh and I like Googled a bunch of days. So the idea is to launch sustainability on June 5th, which is World Environment Day, and then philanthropy on November 15th, which is World Philanthropy Day. So that also kind of gives us some timing in between. I know I'm kind of jumping around based on the notes, but for philanthropy, we're aiming to launch it like November 15th, but in the meantime, we want to build out content. So I know that there are a bunch of like philanthropic events that the organization has done and different chapters have done. So I don't know if you have like photos of them or like information about like the different events, but if you could send them my way, that would be great, because I'm just kind of gonna bank some content on that.
Caitlin, do you know in our like image gallery if we have, I'm trying to remember some of the events that the other chapters have done in the past, other than the Charleston one that just happened.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Josh was saying like the painted like painting something.
I would have to go back and look. I mean, we have everything.
This would have been like way pre-pandemic. Like,
yeah, I want to like, sadly, I don't think we have a ton of philanthropy photos.
Or if we knew like the chapter, like if we knew it was LA and like that painting one that you mentioned, Caroline, I would vaguely remember.
I think it was LA.
Yeah, so like maybe like Misty would have like maybe some of the past leaders might have photos, but
yeah, so I can look, or even Caroline, I can share the link with you as well, and you can take a look at and see.
Perfect. Yes, that's not till November, so that's why I'm asking for it now.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, and hopefully by then the chapters will have done other philanthropy events. I know they have some in the works. So
right, exactly. So that's,
and that'll give me a good time. That gives me kind of like a deadline to them, like do a philanthropy event before November 15th. So I'm gonna put a note here that
Yes. So that's kind of the goal for the philanthropy side. So sustainability, we're aiming to launch for June 5th, World Environment Day. So one thing that Josh and I talked about was partnering with these nonprofits, One Tree Planet, Impact for a Purpose, and just kind of, you know, showing that we support them. One Tree Planet, basically what they'll do is you donate $1, and for every $1 you donate, they'll plant a tree in different parts of the world. Pack for a Purpose, they have this incredible database and list of all these properties that have like sustainability or philanthropic efforts in wherever they are. And so when people travel, they can look up the list and say like, oh, I'm going, I I don't know, to doing like the aqua boat in Peru. Like here's a list of all the things that they need, like whether it's medical supplies or books or things like that.
It's a great program. My company participates. We've done it in Cambodia and in Peru, where we tell guests like they can bring, if they have extra room in their suitcase, bring this, this, and this, and then we donate it. So
exactly. So I've talked with both organizations. They're both really excited about partnership. So kind of jumping around. So I'm scheduled a call with Natalie, and she and I are going to kind of chat about like press release, like working on announcing the sustainability launch. I'm working on a sustainability page on our website. And then the final thing I'm doing is kind of our sustainability shout outs, which is where I like interview different suppliers or hotels and just kind of ask them questions about sustainability, what they do, ask for photo content, things like that. And that's just to help us, you know, it can be blog content and social media content. So it just kind of like works both, but also shows that we're supporting sustainability. So everyone I've talked to has been really excited about it. And I have a good number of like responses banked. So yes, working on
that's awesome. Those are some exciting initiatives. Thank you.
Yeah.
I love it. I've been waiting for this part of Millennials in Travel to develop, so I'm really excited. Anyone have questions for Caroline? Nope. We'll jump over then to Elizabeth. Or Jeff.
Hi, no, hi,
Hi.
yeah.
Cool.
I'm juggling dinner and this call, so here we are.
I know. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, no, it's all good. As you mentioned, we have All American Virtual Expo on May 10th, and we are doing a panel. Monica, I'm really struggling to get panelists. So
okay. Did you get my email response about it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I've reached out to people, but not getting responses. So
okay. What exactly do you need? Like, tell us exactly what you need and we'll find them.
Oh, I need someone to film like tomorrow with me. And I need a US travel advisor and a Canadian travel advisor. And it's a very quick, it's 15 minutes. Okay. You know, it's basically, we review like 3 questions. It's a,
found anyone.
Yeah.
You haven't found anyone. Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe just if you want to just like give me a quick call like after this and just tell me like who you've asked, and then I can go out and like try to find someone. Yeah.
Okay.
I can think of a couple for Canada for sure. And then I just don't know who you've already asked, so I don't want to start.
Okay. Yeah, I will. Yeah, no, all good. I will. Okay. So yeah, and we've been promoting it on our social, which is really great. So super happy about that. So thank you guys so much. This is the last of the 3 series for the spring, and then we'll pick up the 3 fall events. I think starting August, September, October, something like that. So we'll have a little hiatus during the summer on these, but we've seen some really good engagement at the shows, and we definitely have gotten memberships out of them, or people to sign up for the database, which has been really great. So super happy that we've been able to be at these, and hope the fall is just as good. And then really everything else that was on my list, I kind of just interjected after each one segment. So I think that's it for me for right now. You know, I'm just excited to see that again, events are coming back and looking so full. So super excited to hear about LA, and obviously Vancouver being such a huge success. That was fantastic to see.
Yeah.
So kudos to everyone.
Yeah. And I'm hoping I can like pivot my focus now to new chapters again and try with Phoenix and Scottsdale for like 3rd time's the charm, right? But we have like 2 really great people lined up that are still interested. So I just need to like find a couple more people.
Yeah. We're there. We're almost there.
Yeah, we're almost there. One step forward, one step back, but we're getting there. It's a dance. Okay, thank you. And then last but not least, Justin, would love to hear from you on anything we need to know for technology, any tech updates, anything you need from us, anything we're doing wrong that we should do better.
No, I think everything's fine. The job board should be updated and it's current. The bios should all be up minus the 1 now, as well as the benefits. So I think that everything on the website should be more or less up to date.
Thank you.
That's it.
And I had one person notify me today from New York that they're stepping down. It's like just when I get all the positions filled, somebody resigns. But so I'll some of those changes, I'll send them to you. But
This is, wait, did you say New York chapter?
yeah,
Who is it? Or do you
Hannah.
Okay.
Yeah, which makes sense. I mean, she moved out of New York like a while ago.
Yeah.
Like she doesn't even live in New York, and it's been
Yeah, yeah.
hard. But I've had a lot of interest from other people in New York, so I don't think we'll have any problem filling the position. Technically, right now the LA Officer of Events position is open, but I interviewed 2 people today, and so that one's going to be done. I've got someone lined up for that, who I think you'll be excited. He's going to bring a lot of energy to the position, so it's going to be fun. And then the other person I interviewed, which Carolyn is who you might be thinking of, I'm actually going to talk to about potentially a manager role involving membership growth, development, and recruitment. So lots of exciting other things, but stay tuned for that. Last thing I wanted to mention, signing off on a high note, is that if you are interested in hosting one of our FAMs, please do reach out to me and let me know. Just raise your hand and say I'm interested in a FAM. Keep me posted on opportunities, and then I'll add you to my list. And I'll just be managing the FAMS program until we get that position filled, which will hopefully be sooner rather than later.
I know that Natalie was interested, and I don't know if she was in touch with Anina, but Natalie, I'm just gonna plug her.
Oh, to host? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
No, I already have her on my list. That's fine.
Okay.
Add me, Monica.
Okay, will do. Will do. Perfect. Does anyone have anything else to add or anything? Any questions? Okay. Well, we did it, 45 minutes. Woo. All right.
Well
Thank you
done.
all. Thank you all for attending today. And let's keep doing what we're doing. And thank you for your time and your commitment to Millennials in Travel and to the industry. We appreciate you. Have a good week.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, thanks.
Bye.